Right now, we spend a few minutes on the live line with Gleb Tsipursky. Gleb is assistant professor at OSU, history department, and decision sciences collaborative. Thought it was interesting, Gleb, just your perspective on the shooting and resulting death of Tyre King. Do tell.
Sure. Happy to tell. And thank you for inviting me on the show.
Absolutely.
So, this is a really complex matter because we don't know what actually happened. The police claim that Tyre King ran away and then pulled out his gun and was shot as a result. However, we also have evidence that Tyre King was a really good kid. He was described as, he played a lot of sports, he went to Bible study. So the likelihood that he would actually pull out the gun and point it at the officer is pretty low. So we don't know what happened, but there have been a number of incidents where the police have misled the public about what actually occurred, and we don't know what occurred.
So that's the thing. It seems like as a community, Gleb, we're less and less likely to take the police at their word. What is the underlying thing to that? Why is it that we don't trust the police anymore?
Yeah, so we don't trust the police anymore because there's a lot of actual research, scientific research, that shows that police engage in implicit racial profiling, and implicit and explicit racial profiling. So research shows that police actually use violence against black people 3 times as often for the same sort of crimes as for white people. That's 3 times as often for the same sort of crimes. And this naturally, the only thing leading to this is discrimination. So there's research shows that we should understand that police do discriminate and that this does happen. And it's natural for us to distrust the police in their use of violence against black people in suspicious incidents.
But certainly a young person, a young black person who, when is to be questioned by police, runs away and then I don't think anybody is arguing that Tyre King had a BB gun with a laser sight on his person. So you can understand why at dusk or maybe dark, a police officer might make a call like that, right?
Oh, I totally understand. The question is, did Tyre King actually pull out the gun and point it at the police officer in a threatening manner?
Okay.
Now, we have no idea whether Tyre King actually pulled out the gun. He might have had the gun on him, but didn't pull it out. There have been the police officer who committed the shooting would be in a very difficult spot if Tyre King didn't actually pull out the gun, but just had the gun in his body. So we don't know whether the police officer is telling the truth or not. Now, even if Tyre King pulled out the gun, he might have been pulling it out to throw it away. He might have been pulling it out so that he wouldn't be found with the gun. Did he actually point the gun at the officer? Is the second question. And even the officer currently doesn't claim that Tyre King pointed the gun at the officer. And we have baseline evidence from this research showing that police are 3 times as likely to use force against black people as white people in similar situations. There's a good probability that if Tyre King was white, he would still be alive.
Interesting. I guess that's why the investigation continues. Gleb, I appreciate the conversation and the perspective this morning. That's Gleb Tsipursky, as assistant professor at Ohio State.